Hello again, rail fans. Well, it's been a while since we've done anything out on the main line, but today I thought we'd run out and give it a whirl here.
Was it 44 cars?
So right now, we're on I-75 headed north. Going to intercept the old CSX line in Florida. We're going to chase it back south and see what we get today.
CSX QT1329 got a clear north in Lot Loose for 481 south out.
I got all the way to Cross Creek in Alachua County before I heard anything. I pulled in at Island Grove, one of my favorite spots, but not very photogenic at 8:40 in the morning. After the rack train, I continued north, but not for long. Between Loch Loosa and Hawthorne, a southbound coal train appeared, so I made a 301 U-turn. I've done this so many times on this highway, that's what I call them now.
No 41 clear signal south in Loch Loosa to 3192 south out.
I'd heard on Facebook of coal traffic running to Orlando with DPU power. That's an extra locomotive or two placed somewhere in the train to allow more cars and better train handling. Maybe this was it. I couldn't catch up and set up in time for him at Loch Loosa, so it was back to Island Grove. I came in from the north side this time on a county road that I believe was the former US 301. This is what a US highway looked like in the 1920s. Man, I wished I lived in Florida back then. Of course, I wouldn't be around now, so never mind. I piled out of the Expedition to lights and bells, and no time to grab the tripod. I hate shooting without support, but these mainline trains just never wait for me to set up. NO41 is loaded unit coal out of Aiken, Illinois for Orlando Utilities. And there was the DPU unit on the bottom of the train. This felt like a long train. There's a defect detector a half-mile south of here. It told the tale of the length.
CSX Equipment Defect Detector. Milepost 715.8. No defects. Total axle 454. Train length 6063. Speed 39er. End of transmission.
As I packed up and moved out, I heard more radio chatter. Here's another example of why the scanner is a crucial tool for rail fanning.
Hey, just on Q453-29 at Hawthorne, over.
5329 over.
Information, guys, we're going to need to swap a 452 there at Anthony, over.
I mean that Anthony.
Yes, sir, that is correct, over.
So now we know that Q452 and 453 are going to meet at Anthony Siding and swap crews. While I was driving south, Q453 got by me, but I caught up with him just north of the meet at Anthony. Again, no time for the tripod. A half mile to the south, the northbound Q452 was already in place for the meet. This is the operation called Meet and Swap. These are counterpart trains between Miami and Waycross with a crew change in Lakeland. Here the northbound crew gets on the southbound train and vice versa. It's a nice deal for the crews to let them sleep at home.
5228 with bulletin 08584, 53 messages, Guthrie and Jago, become the Q 45329.
Guthrie and Jago, bulletin 08584, 53 messages, change you all over to the Q 45329 at 0948 RJD, okay to proceed south signal indication, over.
Anthony is a good siding for this 25-minute swap over. It's a 2-mile-long pass track with only one crossing, and that's a private driveway. CSX swaps out crews on 8 other train pairs in Florida.
452 with engine 3291, got a clear one, John.
I jumped up to Stark at the old engine track to shoot 452 at speed. I never found out for sure, but I'll bet that Florida Central CF7 engine was headed for Waycross, Georgia for servicing. Today's 452 was 8,250 feet long with 502 axles.
You know, this is one of the things that really makes me sad to see. An industrial line cut from the main line, tracks pulled up so that no cars can possibly be brought down here. Back down there, the customer can't or won't use rail service anymore, or he's gone out of business. But there's so much of this that you see nowadays with just individual customers who used to get a box car, you know, once or twice a week. They just don't do it anymore because rail is not efficient enough for them. I wonder if there is not a sector of the business of the rail industry that can appeal to these smaller customers now. I don't know.
After 452, I moved north 8 miles to the Lawdy Sand Mine Spur. He was in there for better than an hour while I waited out near the main line. The local left his cars out on the main line, track 2. From Stark to Baldwin Yard, the Seaboard Main Line was double-tracked for about 20 miles, and still is today. It was rare for the Seaboard to double-track its lines anywhere, but it was necessary here because there was so much online business in the area. With forestry, 2 sand mines, and U.S. Army Camp Blanding, the rail traffic was heavy enough to need a center siding here. That's why the tracks are 25 feet apart through Lawdy. The center siding was pulled out long ago, but the mains are still separated for it. Lawdy Mine is an automatic block signal, triggered by the presence of a train in the block. When the NAS for track 1 went green, I knew a northbound was only minutes away. The train was U-472, empty coal hoppers coming out of the Duke Power Plant at Crystal River. It had been right about an hour since A71 had gone into the loadout, and now he was coming back, pulling 11 loaded covered sand hoppers. He nosed right up to the cut on the main line, coupled up, and went on north, pulling his loaded hoppers and pushing the empties on the other end. When he cleared up the switch, he stopped and the conductor walked back, closed and locked the turnout, then reset and locked the derail. Then they went south to Stark, pulling forward and backing up all at the same time. Cool.
They're looking good on 200 more.
I turned south too, listening to him on the radio as I went along.
Looking good, 150 more.
One last radio call diverted me at Orange Heights. It was Q442, Tampa to Waycross Daily Mixed Freight, and coming on too soon for me to get the tripod again. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like this video, and I'll see you next time out here on the High Iron. Until then, at Orange Heights, Florida, milepost S695.4, this is Danny Harmon, out.